drops deep, the beat bounces high. Afro beat meets house reggae too. Deep bass pumps making my heart sing glue. I'm spinning round under the neon lights, dancing wild through the night. Feel the groove, let go and shout. In this ride, we're never about. I'm CARNY'S ride, feeling the rhythm. Bass drops deep, the beat bounces high. Together we dance in this electrifying ride. Afrobeat, house, reggae, deep bass aside. Through the crowd, I see your smile. Together we shine, no need for a while. This moment's ours, let's embrace. In this ride, we'll find our place. I'm CARNY'S ride, feeling the rhythm. Bass drops deep, the beat bounces high. Feel the vibe, let the music fly. In this ride, we're truly free. I'm spinning round under the neon lights, dancing wild through the night. See why my doorship waves with the hill lies water. Ocean beat, ground rock by Borgia. Getting out of your heads, getting little bit of waste off. Do good, man, nigga, get in the gate car. Don't want drug with the world, get a gate car. A lot of cloud boys in your 4 city K car.
What up, Carney Riders? How's it going today? Oh. I see you in here, sick bastard, brother Critters, Shadow. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in, man. How you guys doing today? Yes, I got my coffee. And as Mike said, left-handed tobacco. So, pound right back. A pound, Nux. You know, every time I see that, kind of reminds me of the Throttle Up. And speaking of Throttle, Hollywood from Insane Throttle sent me a package. I don't know if you guys remember the show. Gave out some donations out for a family out there, and he hooked me up with a book. So, and we'll open that here after a while. So you working, Critters? It's Friday. You should be on your way back home. Oh, let's see. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Jeez, 8:30. Oh, we got Black Dragon on right now, looks like. Huh. All right. Let's see. What time is it in Arizona? It's either our time or California time. That's all I could tell you about Arizona. Shit. Critters is all the way down south. He's as far south before you get into Mexico. What's up, Rob? Neighbor, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. No, New Mexico. I'm next door. I'm on the east side of Arizona. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Or as people call it here, Burque, Nuevo Mexico. We're New Mexican. We're fresher. Fuck no, I couldn't, dude. I could barely deal with the heat here, man. You think I could deal with the heat in fucking AZ? Fuck, that shit gets hot, dude. You're in Wisconsin? Fuck, I didn't know that. I miss it up there. During the summertime. Well, actually, from spring to fall, I love it. I lived in a small town called Burlington, Chocolate City, um, over in Racine County. And if you go a little bit further, you're already in Kenosha County. Yeah. But I spent a lot of time over there in West Dallas, Greenfield, Greendale, West Milwaukee, uh, South Milwaukee, Waukesha, Walworth, Elkhorn. I mean, yeah, I know the areas. AZ hot, a lot different than New Mexico. That's right. You know, once in a while here in New Mexico, we do hit the triples, not as much as like Arizona, like Phoenix. Fuck that place, man. I call that, I call that the Hell's Pit out of it. Very cool. In Southwest area, the Triplets region, New Orleans area. So, okay. Oh yeah, Southwest, like over towards Beloit. Huh. I don't know. I'll tell you my south or silly insane. Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't tell me you're a cheesehead or you know what they say, right? You know why Minnesota, football team, their colors are purple, right? It's because if you choked as much as them, you'd be purple too. Gainesville. Dude. Gainesville. You're talking about Florida. Man, now you're going to take me back all the way there. I miss Sarasota, that's for sure. That was home for me for many, many years. Hey, what's up, Sister Zip Tie? How you doing? Oh, shit. We got brother critters and sister Zip Tie in the chats. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Very moist. You said moist. Yes, it is, man. We'll fucking be walking around Florida with no drawers. Yeah. Don't you just in my team? They can't help it. They joke with. Oh, that's funny. Shadow. I got brothers and sisters up in Minnesota, and yeah, I got to give them shit too. And I don't know why. I don't watch football anymore. I mean, I used to go after the cheeseheads quite a bit, mostly when it came to the Battle of the Bays, because I'd show up at bars, at the pubs, with no indication of what team I was rooting for. And once somebody would ask me, "Hey, who are you going for?" And I'm like, "The real Bay," and they're like, "Oh yeah, Green Bay, cheeseheads," bullshit like that. And I'm like, "No, the real Bay, Tampa Bay. Our water goes right out to the ocean. Your water's a big old fucking lake." 100% humidity. Fuck that. But I do miss it though. Actually, I rather deal with humidity than dealing with dry heat. Due to the fact that humidity, if you get one little breeze, it could cool you off. Here, you get a breeze and it feels like a fucking hair dryer. I live in Green County, you get Borderdane, kind of where Madison. Yeah, my boy went to Madtown. Yeah. One thing I do love about Wisconsin that I do really miss the most was hanging out with my friends up there, and we go frothing. And if you guys don't know what frothing is, uh, that's what we call it, but it's disc golf. Um, dude, there's some kick-ass courses in Wisconsin throughout the whole state. But yeah, kind of makes me sad when I see people here. Oh, do you get disc golf? Yeah, but what you got here ain't shit. This is like a putt putt. You don't got no par fives out here. Dude, yeah, this time of year, I used to love getting up in the mornings because of that cool air, and then get to the job site, and it's like, yeah. Here, you got to get up a lot earlier and get done a lot quicker, mostly this time of year. Hmm. Yeah, zip tie critters. If you guys want to jump in, man, you guys let me know. I'll send you the link. I'm surprised Stump isn't. Or if he's still sleeping. Oh, speaking of, hey zip tie, are you going to the thing with the vets today with those old timers? Hey, what's up, Frank? Um, what was it? Ooh. Shop jeans. I like that. Shop jeans. When I was in the construction field up there, yeah, I don't really wear jeans during the this time of year. I was always in shorts. Do you know who is? Oh, never mind. I'm looking it up right now. The reason why I was asking is because me and Stump were going to be heading up to the clubhouse to help clean stuff up right away. Yeah, we had a massive hailstorm that came through, and Yeah, it busted out our skylights and stuff like that. So we got some work to do up there. Let's see. There it is. So, yeah, honor flight. That's what it is. What time you headed up there? Huh. Wow. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So, yeah, like I said, let's put this up. Look like we have Black Dragon on. See what he's talking about. Pros- Prosecutors formally charged 6 outlaws in black man's beating. Oh, okay, they're doing that. Um, hmm. Orthodox. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ba-ba. Ooh, look. Mortar bomb. Upcoming. Notify me. So, yeah, I haven't done any breakfast coffee shows this week with Motorbomb and Sick and those guys. Uh, I've been getting home and passing out. So it looks like that's all we got so far. Huh. Should we see what my old co-host is doing?
Well, I mean, you could
Yeah.
also apply that to grandparents who would adopt their
Oh,
grandbabies
let's go to their
or
channel and say
something
hi.
because the parents aren't worthy
Yeah,
of
but we're not
anything. That
arguing
also,
that. We were arguing about homosexuals being allowed to adopt children.
right, but you're
See,
saying your logic is kind of running into a wall only because you're saying because they themselves can't have children, right? And so if you apply that across,
No, Sarah, that was
No,
me. I
that wasn't
added
the
a new question. That was a new question I added to the conversation, like just as a to see where Ryan, because I was trying to gain clarity on Ryan's position around the topic. But we were originally talking about gay couples, like both lesbian and single sex male couples adopting kids.
yeah, I mean,
I'll get
to
I'll
me,
get to it.
these children would be sitting in orphanages or in foster cares for a very long time, miserably, and going through a lot of unfortunate events to begin with. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with necessarily a gay marriage or anything like that.
I'm in New Mexico now. I think I don't know, Stump's supposed to come over here. We're going to be riding out. Okay.
Not being abused is better when um is better than being in an environment where they are. But that has nothing to do with being gay or straight. That's just a subjective part of life.
Yeah, but if you give them to a gay couple, and if there was a valid heterosexual couple that was lined up next, wouldn't you just deprive them of a mother and a father because you would send them to the gay couple?
Well, I mean, if I think if the lines were long and rampant, then we probably wouldn't have any children sitting in orphanages right now, would we? Or having the need for foster care,
Sorry,
things like
Sarah.
that.
And guys, I don't mean to be rude. I've just got to go take my daughter to bed. She needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
So just give me a few minutes and I'll be back.
Are you
If
good,
you guys
Jess?
can.
No worries.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
okay.
Thank you.
Isn't there like 1 million people waiting in America right now, like in the line to adopt?
All right. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. So, to answer your question, Zip Tie, yeah, it's going to be. He should be here before noon, I believe. I don't know what's going on exactly yet. You have a good weekend, also, there, Frank. Oh yeah. Of course, I'm going to have a good weekend. I'm going to be around the family, the familia, Vanguard, and I, I'll be riding. So yeah, it'll be a good weekend for me. Unfortunately, we got to go clean stuff up, but like glass and shit like that. So what are you doing right now, Zip Toy? Just chilling like a villain. Oh, what's going on, Motorbomb? I'm glad you're doing well too. Yeah, like I said, it was cool giving, sitting in the chats, watching you guys' show between you and sick bastards show. That way you guys can get some watch hours too. I mean, I'm that kind of person. But as far as the morning shows, I couldn't get myself to get up and do it. I was getting home. I was like, yeah, I'll get home, maybe take a little nap and jump on. Uh, Ended up taking a little nap, which ended up a long nap, which pretty much ended up a whole bedtime. So, and yes, Motobomb, you got me this time. You got me. Like Motobomb says right there, hit that thumbs up. It's one contributor to YouTube that helps us creators out. So please like and subscribe. You know, if you don't even like my content, you could hit that thumbs up twice. Oh shit! Here's my brother. What's up, Stump? Oh shit! I guess I missed him. Let's see. Call him.
What's up, brother?
Hey, you're online. What's up?
I was getting ready to head to Oasis because that's tap out needs to stop there
Yeah.
and head your way.
Hey, you want me to send you the link, or you want me to tap out the link? Who wants to jump on?
You can send me the link and you'll be on my handlebars.
I'll be on your handlebars. Riding my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars. All
I
right.
actually did that most of the way to Madrid yesterday.
Yeah. Dude, when I saw that you were going for a ride, man, I was like, damn, I want to go for a ride. And then I started thinking, what the fuck is going on? And then when I talked to you, you're like, yeah, new schedule. That's fucked.
Yeah, it is. If you want, we could go up to Madrid, have a buffalo burger, and then we could head to the clubhouse.
Well, we'll see. I mean, shoot. I mean,
Because
we should always go to Las Vegas and go over to whatchamacallit.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, that burrito place, Benny's.
I don't know that one.
It's right off of 47. Right there by Bosque Farms.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Huh. They got good burritos, but we'll see. I don't know if I can even, my stomach could even handle a burrito right now. I've been fucking, whew. Dude, this shit that I picked up at this new dispensary I stopped at, fuck, it gave me the fucking munchies like a motherfucker. It hurt my stomach.
Like shit.
Yeah, this shit's called pound cake.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so yummy. So yeah, when you guys get here, of course I'll blaze you guys up too, or blaze tap out with
She'll take mine.
I bet you would. You know what? We'll share your hit together.
That made her happy.
All right, let's see. I better do this. Copy. I'm gonna send it through Messenger.
And when I was going through my tools and stuff in the Connex,
I
found my old pair of fence pliers.
Yeah.
So I'm taking those up too.
Oh, the fence pliers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it makes the fencing a little bit easier.
Yeah. There you go. I sent you the link.
Okay.
It's in Messenger.
Yeah. I'll jump on that now.
All right. I'll see you. There. All right. Hey Heather, how you doing? I appreciate you stopping in. Yes. Hit the like. Please hit the like. Touch the like. Finger the like. Thumbs up the like. But yeah, you know, I wish I could have Hollywood up, so I could open this and, you know, thank him in person or on video or whatever. And if you guys want, you know, want to help the channel and all that, you know, you can always catch me on that Cash App, $, Carney Vanguard, capital C, capital V. You know, I keep telling my wife even tells me, she's like, I love how the artwork looks when you do the show. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And I appreciate the way she sets, you know, all this stuff up for us. You know, me, they'd probably be crooked, upside down, or it would have been a bare wall. So for those that are watching, this bud's for you. But I'm going to toke it. Oh. We see you. Oh, shoot. They're getting on the bike. Head to the dispensary. Go pick up the good. Then come over here by me.
Yep. It's a
And
good
just
idea.
let you, and just let you guys know the mic that brother Stump is using is the same mic I use, which is the Cardo Pro Talk.
Pack talk.
Pack Talk, Pro Talk, whatever the shit is. But we're not sponsored by them, but yeah, that's what we use. Nice thing is, pops right off, clips right on. And the mic works great. I mean, sheesh. I love the way
Yeah, it does.
the sound comes on him, everything. As you can see, he sounds real clear. And if he isn't clear to you, just let me know. I'll turn up his mic.
Ah, shit. My gloves are still soaked.
Soaked? What do you mean soaked? Ooh.
You're on the
Why
bike.
am I-
How the fuck do I fix this?
Okay, you're gonna have to go to your YouTube and shut it down.
Okay, you're back.
Ah, I'm back. I'm front. I'm left. I'm right. Let's see. You're two bulls ahead of me, Frank? Oh, come on. Come on, man. You can't say that to me. You are not two bulls ahead of me. Trust me. I do a wake and bake right off the bat. And yes, Mr. Sick Bastard, the sticky, icky green shit. That's right. You know how we do it. And like I said, blaze them if you got them. And hit that thumbs up just like you would be hitting the bowl.
Um, Sarah, an answer for. I can't hear. 28. Oh, yeah, 528 and Sarah? Okay.
Oh, 528 and Sarah.
For Oasis.
You're not going to go to the one on Southern?
The one on Southern is Pure Life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I get those two mixed up.
They're random dogs sitting on the porch over here.
What the fuck? That means I still got to get ready too. At least I just. Well, it don't take me long to get ready. I'm already ready. All I have to do is just throw some jeans and some boots and the cut and the lid and the grain and the gloves and the selfie sticks. Are you coming back down tonight or tomorrow?
I don't know yet.
Shit. Oh, I don't know if you caught that earlier. Fucking Hollywood from Insane Throttle. I got his package. He
Nice.
sent
What
me
did he
the,
send?
he sent me the book.
It finally came in.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's open it up. Oh no, you're writing. I'll wait. I'll wait till you stop. I'll wait till you get to Oasis. That'll be a perfect time to bring it out. At the Oasis.
Yep.
Oh, my banner's right here. Let me take my banner off. That way we can see. Boom, Vanguard Stump. You know what? See his name there. So, you know, brother, I don't. You know how deep I get into this YouTube shit,
Oh
and
yeah.
with all this live streaming going on with the riots and ICE and all that shit. I'm kind of. I've had so much to say about it, but I haven't. And I wanted to do some shows on it, but I still haven't. And I'm still kind of wondering, how much do I have to take? How much do I have to smoke? How much do I have to drink and consume all this stuff to sit there and finally voice my opinion when it comes to bullshit? Because, man, I'm telling you, some of the right shit it's bullshit, you know? But some of the left shit is fucking ridiculous.
I don't know what to think about all that shit.
You know,
Shit, in our lifetime, how many riots have there been in LA?
yeah. And it's not just LA. I mean, I've been watching Chicago going on and stuff like that too. Hey, you ready for some news?
Yep.
All right.
My future right in front of me.
Let's put them on pause for now. Or not pause, just mute. So, if you're barely first tuning in with me and my brother Stump, those that are first tuning in at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, 11 o'clock Eastern, a friend of mine, Mike Ball, does a morning news, world news, you could political, economics, all that kind of stuff, and he does real good on commentating, and he gives his real opinions. No hiding around the bush bullshit. So this is what I like to do every single morning. I tune in. A lot of times I'll even sleep. I'll fall asleep to watching it. Because of the hours that I work. So let's get to the show.
Oh man, it is freaking Friday and I'm feeling good. Shit. Much love, honor, respect, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are tuning in from. Much love, honor, and respect to you guys, man. I very much appreciate you guys. We got a lot to get through today. Obviously, you guys see the title of what's going on here. Iran launches drones at Israel, and of course, Trump's going to be planned to meet with the Security Council. And listen, we have a lot of the kind of updates and unraveling of what's happening currently right here in the landscape. So I'm going to give you guys kind of a lead up from what's happened and what's been reported here in the last 12 hours. So bear with me on that. So there's a lot to get through. And believe it or not, I guess 200 Israeli fighter jets kill Iran top leaders. Iran vows deadly revenge. Iran launches more than 100 drones towards Israel, and that was 8 hours ago. And then, of course, Trump urges Iran to make a deal before it's too late. Quote, chance after chance. Damn, dude. So it's about to get crazy with this. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys come in and hit that like button, man. I very much appreciate it. It's free to do so. And you know what else is free? Is hitting that subscribe button, because it's also free, man. Please consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but this is exactly how we get to speak the way that we speak. And we never have to cater to views around here for payment, right? We're 100% funded by the Breakfast Club. Yes, sir. Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as, millennial food time and all the good shit behind the scenes of the show. So make sure you guys direct message me right here. And if you guys are, not a part of the Discord yet, make sure you guys grab the link from Naomi in the chat. She has the link, and we also have the link in the description box below for everybody in the playback. Okay, and last but not least, of course, every super chat, super sticker, gift and membership signups, all of these things are, of course, going to be presented live onto the show. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut, we have these platforms right here that you guys can donate to. And of course, I'll read out your message and everything that you guys have to send. Yes, sir. And trust me, this helps out a lot more. I'm just saying, because you guys are sending, let's just say you guys sent $100 on YouTube. Well, that's 30% right off the rip. So that's 70. But if you do it from an iPhone, they take a 30% cut too. So that's even, I don't understand how they get away with this kind of shit. But so that's 60% going to platforms and 40% going to the creator. I really don't understand why it's got to be so, ruthless out here. But anyways. All right. Good morning to everybody. We got Snark up in the building. Good to see you, by the way. It's been a minute. Good morning to you as well as happy Friday. We got brother Steve Easy as well as Naomi up in the building. We got Sick Bastard. We got brother Warland as well. Good to see you guys, man. We got brother Dean over there in Israel. We got Not Straight Jacket saying we're cooked. Yeah, dude, it's crazy times right now. We got Mount High. Bro, you know that I've got myself rolled up. I'm ready to go. And because of what we're talking about tonight, or this morning, we've got this right here. I'm not waiting for tonight. I'm getting right on it. You know what I mean? Just getting right. We're going straight to it. So we're going to have a good time. That's right. Like, see, my homie knows right here. Like button and left-handed tobacco all around. Yes, sir. But good morning to everyone, man. Good morning. Let me go ahead and scroll down. We got brother Gary, man. Good morning to you, as well as Shadow. Good to see you as well, man. Let's see. We got Shadow coming in, gifting out a membership, by the way. I very much appreciate that, kind sir. Dropping it like it's hot, man. I very much appreciate that. Frederick Frame, good morning to you, as well as Tiffany. Good morning to you guys. All right, we're caught up. All right, we're good. Yep. All right, we're good. So we're going to bring up this screen right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and, of course, skip through a lot of the bullshit because these are consolidated things. There's a few things in here that are consolidated, and they're kind of lengthy. So I'm going to be skipping ahead a little bit as we go. You guys know how I do it. You guys know my style. We'll make sure we don't prolong any situations or anything like that. Once we get the information, we're pretty much booking on to the next. Now, we have like 2 or 3 of these stories that are somewhat short, like 2, 3, 4 minutes long, so nothing too big of a deal. But anyways, real quick, we got CARNY'S ride coming in with the 8 months, man, saying likes from Mike. Yeah, you guys can hit the like button. You guys don't have to like that, this crazy chaos that's going on right here with Israel and Iran. But you guys can like it for me and my takes, man. I very much appreciate that. And thank you, Brother Carney, for the 8 months, man. As an officer, by the way. So I very much appreciate that. We got Mark up in the building as well. Good morning to you, and happy Friday.
All right, welcome back in the
Let's do
live
this.
now. I'm Austin Westfall. You've been looking at a live.
So yeah, being an officer too, that's the highest tier. So I can't wait till I get my membership.
Of Jinsa. Michael, thanks for coming on. A lot to discuss. Still a lot to learn tonight. your initial reaction. You and I were talking a little bit offline.
Now, in full transparency, this came out 10 hours ago. So this is the very first report that I could get my hands on from when this happened. Okay. This was the very first thing that hit. And then, of course, I have it all the way.
So can you talk to, or can you still talk to Tap Out?
Can I what?
Can you still talk to Tap Out?
I don't think she has hers on.
Oh,
I know there's a way I could share it, but I don't remember how.
oh, because remember you guys were listening to my show that day.
Yeah.
Uh, I just don't remember how I did that.
You gotta double tap one of the buttons or push and hold it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was just a tap or something.
See the banner on your screen. An Israeli
Holy
official has
shit.
told Fox,
Brother
"We are just
Slim.
getting started." Michael, if Israel has already took a big swing,
Oh.
That's crazy.
Oh.
So Israeli official spoke to Fox and said, "We are just getting started." Yeah, we know.
what more could they
Lord.
possibly target? By the way, before you answer that, let me just make clear what we're seeing on our screen. It's not live. These are videos we saw when the attack happened. So this is some of the initial video that was coming out of the region of the blasts themselves. What more can happen from the IDF's point of view, Michael?
I think the Israelis have made clear, Prime Minister Netanyahu has made clear that they have a lot to do. I think there are a few objectives here. I think, and obviously the immediate issue was to hit the nuclear facilities. That's the most vital thing because the Iranian nuclear program has advanced so far that they feel that if they don't hit it very soon, that it will be too late. And it's not just
That they're allowing them too much time to create a nuclear weapon. Right. I understand. I mean, so it was a double targeted attack, nuclear facilities and political figures.
Nuclear facilities. It's also ballistic missiles.
Miss Lotus, good morning.
As Netanyahu pointed out, they plan to develop thousands of these going forward. Those alone, even with conventional bombs, could do tremendous damage to a small country like Israel. So I think there's that obvious, I think, objective. And we don't know yet about the reports of all the nuclear facilities. I saw a report at least that Natanz was it, but we don't know. They got a lot of facilities. I think they had. But I also think stepping back, we should remember this war began on October 7th, a year and a half ago. It was begun by Iranian proxies with Hamas initiating the barbaric attack on Israel. Then you had the next day Hezbollah, Iran's main proxies, then chiming in and starting its war of attrition. And Israel settled that last fall when they decapitated the Hezbollah leadership and destroyed most of its weapons cache. They have an account to settle with Iran, and that's been out there.
That's a wild image right there. Shit. That's a targeted strike right there. Glare 1%er, what's up, my man? Good morning to you, kind sir, and happy Friday. Saying they all don't ask the most important question. Why should America care? Yes, you're right. You're right. And here's the thing that I worry about, because I think a lot of you guys know that somehow, some way, we're going to end up getting wrapped up in this. This is what I'm worried about. Obviously, if it were up to me, I'm like, let Israel do what Israel wants to do. That's on them. If they want to make that call, they can make that call. If they want to move that chess piece that way, they can make that move, whatever. But it has nothing to do with us. But magically, you know that we're going to be involved. And that's what I really hope this administration does a good job of protecting the American citizen first.
And that's been outstanding. And I think they're starting to do that now. And I think that's also why they're hitting the leadership more than maybe people expected. And when I say people, I mean even the Iranian leadership. I don't think they expected it. And I think they have found that a decapitation approach worked with Hezbollah. Iran's obviously a serious country, but they're going after the leadership. And they want to make sure that the Iranians, they want to make sure that not only do they do a lot of damage to Iran militarily in their nuclear program, but that Iran won't be able to reconstitute that program so easily after.
We likely aren't talking tonight if it weren't for Iran's nuclear program. What do we know about the progress they've made in recent years?
That we know. I mean, there are different reports, but basically, they have enough enriched uranium to make many bombs. Netanyahu said tonight they could have enough enriched uranium to produce 9 bombs, nuclear bombs today. Some people would say maybe even more. Over a period of a month, they'll able to produce a lot more nuclear bombs. So they've been enriching that. And then there was a recent IAEA, International Atomic Energy report that was pretty damning on the Iranians recently. So I think the one question mark on their program is how far they were on weaponization. So they have enough fuel to make a bomb very quickly, but could they weaponize it? And there's debates about how far along they were. But I think Israel's attack was less about the timing of exactly where they were in weaponization and more about what Israel perceived as its opportunity to hit. They did a lot of damage to the Iranians in October in retaliation to an Iranian strike on Israel. They knocked out a lot of their advanced air defense systems, such as their S-300. So the Israelis saw that the Iranians were rebuilding their air defense capability and their ballistic missile capability. So they feel there was a crunch time to hit them before they were able to reconstitute that. I do believe that there was a difference between the Israeli view of the Iranian progress and the U.S. view, but this is why I think Israel was hitting now, because of opportunity.
Shit, what's up, brother Steve Posey? And he's got to head to the doctor's office, man. That sucks. Well, hey, man, I very much appreciate you wishing us good morning and all that, man, and the Breakfast Club. Make sure you guys hit that like, he says, and light it up. Yes, sir, absolutely. We'll do it in your honor.
How do we know how much progress they've made if they're so secretive and it's so difficult to get reliable information out of Iran? How do we reliably know how much progress they're making?
It's a very good question. I mean, I don't know.
Hit that like button, everybody. Let's make sure we get them likes up. I very much appreciate that.
I mean, there are a lot of experts. I have some colleagues who are like that. We could assess things based on mostly what we are able to determine more is based on what we have generally focused on is how much enriched uranium and at what level they have. The IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, just put out some information on that. But you know what? You're right. There's things you got to assume we don't know. We don't know what we don't know, and they might have even more.
News that they're just getting started.
Yep.
One thing that I asked our guest before you is, how is it that the IDF is able to go into a country like Iran, strike at the heart of the country? Can you talk to us about Israeli intelligence capabilities? The IDF just...
I want to see this.
Guys like Israel and their intelligence.
Look, Iran's...
No question about it.
Okay.
We just got this in. And I had just asked you about Iran's nuclear capabilities. The IDF just posted this. The full thing gets cut off on our screen, but I have the entire tweet in front of me. I'm going to read it for you. The IDF says, declassified, Iran's nuclear plans. Recent intelligence shows Iran is nearing the point of no return in its race toward a nuclear weapon. The regime is producing thousands of kilograms of enriched uranium alongside decentralized and fortified enrichment compounds in underground fortified sites. This program has accelerated significantly in recent months, bringing the regime significantly closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon. They continue. The Iranian regime has been working for decades to obtain a nuclear weapon. The world has attempted every possible diplomatic path to stop it, but the regime has refused to stop. The state of Israel has been left with no choice. The IDF has the obligation to act in defense of the civilians of Israel and will continue to do so. That's the social media post in full, and they look like they attached a graphic to this tweet as well.
Which one?
Give a visual representation of some of the progress that's been made. This leads me to one of the biggest questions that I get all the time from viewers.
Hold on, I want to see these images. I want to see these images right here.
And exploded there, and it will pretty much destroy much of the country. I
wow.
think there's no question that
those are super targeted. Yeah, man, that's so wild how they can smoke a person that's, in the middle of a skyscraper.
What do you think of this shit?
That's pretty much true, but also just them having it gives them a nuclear umbrella to conduct all sorts of awful things. Look what they've been able to do in recent decades. This regime in Tehran is going to go down as one of the worst regimes ever. First of all, they've killed or maimed hundreds of American soldiers. They've look what they do to their own people. Their women, what they do to their own people.
That's none of our business, homie. That's none of our business. These are our borders. This is what we're in control of. What they do on their borders and inside their borders, let them fucking do it. Dude, I honestly don't give a fuck what you guys are doing over there. I could care less.
They have two main enemies, Israel.
As long as you're not attacking us actively, then we're good.
United States. and they always call us the big Satan and Israel the little Satan.
we pick
You
up
know,
Carney
if also
and
if they have a
Shadow
bomb,
Beast, something?
then it's not just what they could do, but other countries in the region are going to get the bomb, and you have a nuclear proliferation. If you thought the Middle East was a tinderbox before, it'd be a lot worse.
There's
I
always
think also there's something that's important for Americans to understand.
out here too.
Many U.S. presidents for the last every president
Carney
for about
says
the last
there's
3 years has
oasis over
said
there,
we
too.
will not allow a
Well,
nuclear
not over
Iran,
here,
Democrat or
here
Republican.
in town.
And every president vowed to prevent such a thing. Well, when it came down to it, it was only Israel that was willing
Oh
to do
shit!
that. I
It
think
is Friday the 13th. Oh shit!
Emotional damage. Stupid.
Shit! They did it on Friday the 13th.
I think, if I may, I think Israel also made these
Like
warnings.
yes and
And I
yes,
think
yes, hit that like button.
they had to do something, not only because they had to destroy
So,
Iran's nuclear
she
facilities,
said
and not only
Oasis
because
opened
of
at 11.
Honestly, I look at that
11.
shit. I'm like, dude, if you can get smoked from this middle of a skyscraper, that's like next level. That's some next level shit. It is. But we got Tats over there across the pond. Good morning to you, or good afternoon to you over there in the UK. Very glad to have you in here with us.
October 7th.
A lot of shit going down.
But to maintain their own credibility in an awful neighborhood. Americans should also think about that. And I actually would hope, so far the U.S. has acted like a bystander in this. You have Republican senators, some Democrats who've been supportive of Israel, but Secretary Rubio made it clear this is an Israeli thing, not an American. We can't act like a bystander. Our own credibility
So we
is at
could
stake.
go
And I
meet
think
up with
unless we're
Carney
seen as
and then
standing
go
by
to
Israel,
Oasis on Manal.
that I think that it would be a terrible signal
Yo, Path Killer. Good morning.
of the lack of credibility to the Chinese and the Russians and our other allies that will be seen as not standing by a close ally on an issue that actually, as Steve Witkoff said, it poses an existential threat to the United States. So I'd like to see a change in U.S. policy on this. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but I think it's important for Americans to understand what's at stake for the United States. This is not an Israeli-only issue. This affects our security.
No. It should be absolutely an Israeli problem only, but it's not. It's definitely not. And he is speaking truth on that. That's the reality now. Reality versus what it should be or whatnot is different. That's the sad thing is I think that we're definitely going to be wrapped up in this, sadly enough.
And it affects our credibility position.
In your opinion, what changes are worth talking about?
I mean, what should we do differently? Well, look, I would have liked to see, and we still could do it. I'd like to see us, frankly, collaborate with the Israelis and hit some of the tougher targets.
Oh my God, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's an L take, homito.
Targets that maybe that our bombers are more able to.
Wait. Are you an American or what? Who are you then? Like, I just don't understand why he gives a shit.
Destroy than the Israeli bombers are. If we didn't want to participate in
Briar
operations,
Wolf.
so far it's clear the president doesn't want to, it seems like. But even if we don't, there are ways we could help the Israelis.
Good morning.
With intelligence, with air refueling. Certainly, we got to help them as much as we can with protecting their airspace. So the Iranians, as you mentioned earlier, they're going to seek revenge.
Oh
So-
yeah, no, and they already have just on a super small scale, seeked a little bit of revenge already, but this is on a very small scale. But let me go ahead and bring up this next story, this next image on this. So Israel will face, quote, severe punishment for strikes, Iran's leader says.
Of
Oh
course,
boy.
one of the chief questions that
Well,
comes
okay.
during any event like this is how will Iran
All right, close.
respond? Dr.
Hanson,
Limberstein
good
has
morning.
been discussing this with us all evening. He's still here, alone as always. It's good to see you. Thanks for being generous with your time tonight.
Man, this guy, he looks like he should be working, some weird office job. You know what I mean? For sure. I don't know why you got to be wearing a headset like that, homito.
You and I were talking a little bit offline, and there's some information coming through about the potential of some sort of retaliation, and it might come soon. Is that what you're hearing?
So yeah, as always, Austin, nice to see you. So there's a couple of different reports that are coming in. In Israel, there are repeated
What's up, Hardwire? Good morning.
blasts that are coming out that Israeli citizens should prepare for Iranian retaliation within the next 2 hours. Israel is preparing for the retaliation in the next 2 hours. In the past, we have seen that either through Israel's spy network or through other intelligence agencies, Israel has usually known when an Iranian attack is coming. The last time that the attack happened in November, Israel put out an announcement several hours before the attack from Iran saying Israelis should be prepared, something big may be happening. So Very likely.
Yo, that is a W fucking comment. Rhyme Stranger saying, dude definitely wears whitey tighties. Yeah, that's a W comment.
That's why Israel's saying the next 2 hours. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Iran is not going to go according to Israel's plan, but very likely we are going to see that retaliation soon. Something that is important also that the Israeli military, the IDF, just tweeted moments ago. It said that not a single anti-aircraft missile was fired at Israeli planes during their attacks thus far. Now,
definitely the like almost like the Jesus sandals, you know what I mean, with the socks. Yeah, for sure.
Iran certainly would not have stood by and tried to withstand Israel's attack. So that tells us something about Israel's intelligence, that it knew exactly where their defenses were placed and how to bypass them. It also tells us something about Israel's previous attacks that we know all targeted the air defenses in Iran. But most importantly, what that tells us is up until now, we have seen the vast array of Israeli attacks against Iran, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But we have yet to actually see any Iranian response. Not just the lack of attacking Israel so far.
No, I mean, we're going to see a response I already got. Let me go ahead and see what the Associated Press came out with this.
A lot of information
see this.
Gets sent out from just about every direction imaginable. The AP putting this out moments ago. They say Supreme Leader Khomeini is saying that Israel, as I said, will face severe punishment and will face severe punishment after it launched strikes that targeted the country's nuclear program and left the leader of Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard dead. In recent weeks alone, a thread that we've been following closely have been the Iran nuclear negotiations that have been taking place between the U.S. and Iran.
Yep, and that's something that I've reported on myself as well.
The round of those talks were expected to take place this weekend. President Trump.
Correct. And it was still ongoing, even though, yes, believe it or not, the U.S. did know that Iran was going to be attacked by Israel. They did have a little bit of a heads up on that. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to get into all of this here in a minute.
If I'm misremembering this, but President Trump had previously said that he did not want Israel to strike Iran's nuclear infrastructure.
He asked him not to, I believe, and it was because they're in the middle of negotiations, you know?
Sure. He said instead that he wanted to go the diplomatic route. He wanted to talk it out. He wanted to go the negotiation route.
Good on Trump.
A sign that they are giving up on those efforts?
Good on Trump, by the way, for not just instantaneously hopping on that shit, because it's easy to do that. It's very easy to do that, and he showed a lot of self-restraint by not.
Or is there still a possibility that the talks continue, whether it be this weekend or some other time in the future?
So, you know, something I said earlier in the show about 2 hours ago when we were talking.
Nah, I'm not really interested in that. Let's go ahead and see images here.
He doesn't like it to actually come to war. Now, over the last week, we have seen a lot of reports that emerged within Israel and the United States about friction between Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, and U.S. President Trump. With Trump telling Netanyahu to not escalate threats with Iran, that rhetoric is not helpful,
Oh, man, that rhetoric is not helpful. Well, that's what Netanyahu loves to do. He's got a crazy-ass rhetoric. I think we all can agree to that.
The United States will not back up Israel until carry on an attack until it has maxed out negotiations. Tonight, there were reports in Israel that was all a hoax, that actually that was part of subterfuge in order to fool Iran to lull us into a false sense of security. Maybe that's true. But if we look at the statements of the State Department of the United States, they very quickly put out a statement saying that Israel acted unilaterally, that Israel acted by itself. The United States is not taking...
Right, exactly. And that's what the claim has been so far, that Israel acted on its own and not with the backing of the United States, like a signed-off mission. You know, that definitely did not happen. They acted unilaterally. There we go. All right, so now we're going to get into the next ordeal here. But before we do, we got to get the pocket watchers out here. You know what I mean? This is for you guys.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit. All right. So Iran launches more than 100 drones towards Israel, and this was reported by the IDF.
Those of you just tuning
That one
in
looked pretty cool.
and wondering why we have
I thought about doing that one
And
too.
this was 9 hours ago. So the first report was actually 10 hours ago, and then this came out 1 hour later. 1 hour later, dude.
Israel up on our screen with no audio. It's because we're watching the skies above Israel.
Yeah,
What
you're
up, neighbor
wondering
guy?
about me being outside. Yeah,
Good morning. Happy
You guys
Friday.
move the
Live now.
bike.
I'm Austin Westfall. We've been following the developing situation in the Middle East. Israel has targeted
you gotta
Iran's
swap
nuclear
them out.
sites tonight. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin
Yep.
Netanyahu saying that Israel targeted Iran's main enrichment facility and the country's ballistic missile program as well. They've also targeted some of the country's top nuclear scientists and officials. The breaking news of the hour, though, is that Iran has responded by launching more than 100 drones toward Israel. Jennifer Griffin confirms such.
I
She's
got
also
scared about
seen it
the cop
confirmed
for a
by the
second,
Associated
but
Press
it's
as
this
well.
letter.
So something we're going to be doing for the next little while here is we're going to see if we can see anything in the skies above
Fuck
Israel.
you, Sletta.
Last year, when
What are you
Iran
doing way over here?
sent missiles toward Israel, the Iron Dome intercepted most of them. A good amount of the missiles also simply fell short. They didn't make it. So,
And you know what? Like
we'll be
Mike
watching
said,
for.
you
We
know,
don't know if we will see anything.
he put
on
that
any of
out
these
there,
cameras.
so. You can always hit us on that Cash App. But back to the show.
Directly at Israel, and both times we did see interceptions from the Iron Dome. And so I'd be curious if some of these drones do make it for
But yeah,
Israeli
you fucking
airspace.
lazy.
Shit, real quick, we got a trigger warning as well as brother Dwayne Martin, man. Good morning to you, fine gentlemen out here.
Will we see
Dude, that
the Iron
sucks.
Dome in action? Will we see the Iron Dome intercept some of these drones?
Went all the way downstairs,
What's up?
moved the
Jerusalem
bike,
on your screen, Haifa, which is in northern Israel, Tel Aviv,
came back
which is
upstairs.
central Israel. One of the other updates we just
Damn, that took a
is
lot
that
out of me.
Oman, the country of Oman,
I
is
better smoke
condemning
a bowl.
Israel's strikes on Iran.
Yo, brother Dean, yes, it is a happy Friday, but it is happy Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. I didn't
Don't mean to
realize
put a
that
damper
either.
on nothing, but just be wary.
Oman
Just
is
kidding.
an important player because they are the ones that have been
But that's
holding
why I'm happy I only
the
live
talks and
on
they've been
one
helping to
story.
mediate some of the nuclear negotiations that have been taking place between
No
Yeah.
stairs at all.
and Iran.
I don't have to
We
use the
did
stairs. I got an
get
elevator.
a quote in from Oman's government. They say that Oman holds Israel responsible for this escalation.
Yeah,
and
but
its
it takes
repercussions,
forever.
and calls on the international community to take a clear and firm position to
Yeah,
stop this
I
dangerous
can get up
approach,
the
which
steps
threatens to
quicker than the
exclude
thing.
diplomatic solutions and undermine the security and stability of the region. Still up in the air whether or not. nuclear
Oh
negotiations-
shit. Hold on, that's not what I wanted here. Okay, let me see when this came out real quick. Okay, that came out 14 hours ago. Okay, so let me go ahead and now bring it to this. Okay, so we have 200 Israeli fighter jets kill Iran top leaders. Iran vows deadly revenge. And real quick, Dean was saying right there was the cameras that on the last story, cameras were not in the right place. Drones were shot down over basically over the Syrian border. Wow. Thank you for the updates on all of that, Dean. I very much appreciate that. It's great to have that boots on the ground kind of context, dude. Seriously, thank you.
What you're looking at right now is a live look over Jerusalem as folks there are staying on alert, essentially hoping to remain safe here after we've seen this back and forth between Israel and Iran. Now, if you are just joining us and kind of catching up here, I do want to go over just some of the basics. Israel launching a wave of strikes across Iran earlier today that targeted its nuclear program and military sites, killing at least 2 top military officers and raising the prospect of an all-out war between the two bitter Middle East adversaries. It appeared to be the most significant attack Iran has faced since the 1980s. The strikes came amid simmering tensions over Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program and appeared certain to trigger a reprisal. Hours later, Israel's military said it had started intercepting Iranian drones launched in retaliation that is estimated to be about 100 of those drones. I do want to take you out here to some comments that were made by the IDF as they explained exactly where...
Real quick, before we get to hear those comments. That's a W comment, brother Steve Easy. I gotta give you that. I gotta give it to you.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the state of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes, targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame.
You know what? It kind of does. It kind of does. Trigger warning, but it's not. But it kind of does. It looks like kind of like the fake. Those flags look too fucking perfect. The shade, everything on it, like the way that it's just sitting there. I think that's what makes it look like that.
We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world. This operation is for our right to exist here, for our future, and for our children's future. The State of Israel has the right and the obligation to operate in order to protect its people and will continue to do so. The IDF conducted significant preparations for this operation. We are well prepared both in defense and offense to defend ourselves. The IDF will continue to defend the State of Israel.
All right, so a very brief statement right there from the Israel Defense Forces posted on social media as we gather all of the details that are coming in to our newsroom and a lot of updates here.
They get shit done, and especially when people are like, nah, they ain't going to do that. Well, they fucking do.
For the past several hours, as all of this did...
Like, I bet Iran wasn't actually expecting that shit. You know what I mean? They were expecting it maybe from America, but... or having co-signed with America, with Israel, but nah, Israel alone.
We had Andrew Kraft and Austin Westphal, who were on the air at the time, again, watching it all unfold and bringing you all of the latest details. I do want to bring you just some of the video of the aftermath here. This is from just a couple hours ago over in Iran after that preemptive strike that was fired by Israel. Again, you can see the flashing lights there and damage to several buildings. A lot to discuss here, so I do want to bring in Ruth Wasser.
Sorry, I forgot to mute it. So I could ask. But you're over there on course? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right in front of St. Pius.
Which way are you going? Freeway?
Yeah, 40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you won't be long till you get here.
Here's down to 2-lane now. They're doing construction, so it might take a minute.
Come on.
Your phone, don't touch it, set it down, and make sure you have a nice background.
Overall, the significance of all of this.
Absolutely. Iran, in fact, not Iran, the Islamic regime of Iran has made very, very clear over years that it wants to destroy the state of Israel, that it has an antagonistic and very challenging view about what should become of the state of Israel. And that is because it wants hegemony over the Islamic world. Having said that, that's only declarative. But in terms of capability, it's been building its nuclear arsenal for years. We've been warning this, the IAEI, in other words, the roof organization or the body that has been supervising, in inverted commas, the capabilities of Iran in the nuclear sphere, has only recently come out and unprecedented.
Oh shit, they're building an Olive Garden
that
over
Iran
here.
has been hiding. We've been saying this for years,
Yeah,
but the IAEI, that obviously there is no fear that it is biased towards Israel, has
That's
come
what
out
all
very,
the
very recently and
construction's
said
for.
that Iran has been hiding significant developments in terms of its nuclear capabilities. And Israel has also sought that information and in fact exposed it worldwide. And in coordination with the American administration has done the universe a kind of a, I would say, a huge...
How much fuel do you
I'm
have?
passing I need fuel. I got 80 miles.
So yeah, after you get here, we'll fuel up over at Speedway before we leave.
Yeah. And we still got to stop at the Oasis on Manal now.
Okay.
That's the only one that opens up anytime soon.
Well, you can always go to Oasis when we leave here.
Oasis where?
Wait, what's over here by Old Town? That's probably a Pure Life.
No, she needs vapes. She has green and THC. She needs nicotine.
Oh, she's looking for a smoke shop, not a dispensary.
Yeah.
Oh, Um,
That's why she wants to go to Oasis.
that's why. Okay. But you don't have enough to get you guys here and then uh, stop stop somewhere.
Yeah, you broke up for that part.
Is she? Well, you don't have one on her right now.
I have no idea. All she said is she needs to stop at Oasis before we head up.
Head up or head here? Well,
Head.
I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure we stop before we leave. Head up the mountain. I'll remind us. No deal.
That air feels good.
TikTok and don't stop. Oh, stop. Okay.
That was a fun little burst while it lasted.
Yeah, you're good job. Mike. Hey, stop.
Hey, you're starting to break up more and more.
Oh, the wind stopped. That's why.
On the ground or in the operation itself with the US. However, this is
Yeah, I
completely
think it
a
was the
concerted
wind
effort
doing
and a
it.
coordinated effort of two allies that are keen to
Maybe.
protect the world.
Oh, why do they got to do this shit?
Emotional damage.
Jesus.
The moderate Western world and those who
I
want
love that
to
thing.
Man.
Stupid.
be allied with it.
I'm let
from
down.
Forces like the Iranian regime, again, not the Iranian people, but the Iranian regime. And there was full coordination. In fact, one could see many messages going out of the US concerning their own personnel in embassies throughout the region, throughout the very, very wide region, and also other moves that were made on the ground by
Yo, good morning, Rapid of Chaos.
US forces in preparation, but not in an actual de facto effort in the operation itself. Perhaps that would come at a later stage.
And there are
Yo, that's insane. Dean Savage, for everyone that doesn't know, Dean lives in Israel, and he lives real close to the Gaza border, like real fucking close, right there. We're sitting here watching the world talk about this and the news on TV here whilst listening to bombs being dropped over the fence. Cheers all, have another cold one and smile. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Dude, I mean, huge salute to you, man. Because no one here, I'm just going to be honest, no one here actually can relate to any of that. No one. You know what I mean? Like, only you can actually fucking relate to that shit. So, massive love and respect to you, man. Because it's not your choice. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on. That you're a citizen. You live there, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like you have no control in that aspect. So I totally get it, and I feel bad for citizens always in any conflict because it's not their fault. It's not the citizens' fault. It's the government. It's whatever government was, Now, you can always blame who they voted. If they voted in a terroristic group, then yeah, that's an issue. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where it gets wishy-washy, right?
A lot of questions.
But hey, man, major love and respect, man.
Obviously, all of this developing here at this hour, and you kind of touched on it, but my last question for you, I did want to get kind of your take on how Israel is making sure that civilians are not injured or killed. It does seem as though everything was done in a way that targeted the specific targets there, but I do want to get your take kind of overall.
So I can say as proudly as possible, the Israeli government, the Israeli IDF, the Israeli people in general, as an Israeli and as a mother, not as a right-winger, a left-winger, or any other political stance, takes unprecedented effort not to hurt civilians in general. There is a huge campaign against Israel in that sense, in all of its war efforts, but on the contrary, Israel takes unprecedented steps to try and not hurt civilians. And
you know what? Path Killer, that is such a fucking good idea. I don't know why I didn't do it.
You are.
Dude, thank you for the call out. I definitely need to make one. That's what I need to do. Yeah. Naomi, definitely write that down.
It's very obvious to people who understand
you should be able to hear me by now.
And to experts, not Jewish experts, not Israeli experts, but rather American, British, and other, that there is a kind of a consequence to this policy of not hurting civilians. Of course, God forbid, in a war, sometimes civilians get hurt, and that is a tragedy. But that is not only the policy, humongous steps are being taken and precautions not to hurt civilians, and the results are obvious, not those that are portrayed by the Israel haters and the demonstrators that are funded by Muslim Brotherhood, by Qatar, by Hamas and others, but by real statistics. The real statistics, not what is shown on Pallywood and others, show exactly the opposite. That yes, there are tragically people that are being hurt, but many precautions are being taken, and as few people as possible are to be hurt, and the results are obvious in this Iranian campaign.
What's up, brother Frank? Good morning.
Last question for you here. I know I said the last one was the last question, but I did want to ask you what.
No, I'm not. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right, we got our. We're actually running good time right now, which is fantastic. Which I was actually worried about. So this is the latest right now, and of course, let me go ahead and refresh and make sure I'm speaking correctly. I do actually have another update. Nice. So we have two things here, which is fantastic because I was actually a little ahead of schedule, which I was actually impressed with. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and run into this. Trump urges Iran to make a deal before it's too late, quote, chance after chance. So this is going to be an interesting one, an ordeal right here. All right, here we go.
This is actually a Truth Social post that was just shared by Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary for the White House. Donald Trump saying, quote, I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to, quote, just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just...
I know what you mean by that, Naomi. Like, yeah, usually flyers get handed out, but it's cool to be able to put it up as a picture on Discord, and I can show it on YouTube, you know what I mean? It's like the artwork. That's what I'm getting at. All right, I'm going to back this up so I can hear this whole thing.
I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to, quote, just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world by far, and that Israel has a lot of it with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make the slaughter with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire.
So now he's just forcing the table to negotiate. You know, like, hey, sit down at the table before it's too fucking late, and you're wishing you would have just made a deal.
No more death, no more destruction.
Can you hear me?
Just do it before it is too late.
Yeah, I can
God
hear you.
bless you all.
So,
And that was a post there
doors
from
open
President
and
Trump
locked
on Truth
on.
Social moments ago that was shared by White House press
So
secretary.
do you think
hit it up.
Iran's going to make a deal with the United States? Or do you think that they're going to say,
Means they're
fuck
gonna
you
take off the
guys,
helmet.
and just all out war goes out?
Caroline Levitt. Now, as we continue to follow all of the latest developments, we are checking in with our different
I'm gonna
Fox
go ahead and
affiliates to
copy
get their
that.
coverage. And Fox 5 New York does have Haley Fixler out there, so I want to pop up the audio and listen to her report.
There is a lot to get into, so let me break it down for you. So we know that early this morning, Israeli forces, they launched those airstrikes in Tehran. Officials say about 200 fighter jets were part of this operation, and they hit about 100 targets, all relating to its nuclear program. Iranian media is reporting the head of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, which was created after the Islamic Revolution, was killed in the attacks. Israeli officials say Iran had produced enough uranium for 9 atom bombs. Netanyahu says these strikes were critical to prevent countries from becoming victims of a, quote, nuclear holocaust.
We will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would
This was the very first thing that was put out, was Netanyahu coming out and speaking 15 hours ago.
make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you, believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them.
Now, there were talks that something like this could happen. Just yesterday, U.S. officials began
Wow. No way. Dean, that's crazy news. Holy shit. Wow, I'm gonna have
some
to.
diplomats and
I'm gonna have to look this
voluntary
up.
evacuations for military families in the region. President
It's
Trump
probably
also
not.
urged Iran
Of
to
course, it's not going to be out to us yet, but
negotiate a deal regarding its nuclear program, or, quote, there could be a massive conflict. Officials say Israel also told them this was necessary for self-defense. Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, in a statement, he says, quote, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in the strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. However, Israeli forces, officials, they say that they presented the U.S. with evidence of Iran's efforts to make a nuclear bomb, and that this was done in coordination with the Americans. Take a listen.
I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot.
nope, we don't got it yet. Unfortunately, I just looked at all of the sources. I don't have it yet.
Have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now.
Now, just a little while ago, Trump actually posted on social media warning Iran to agree to a nuclear deal before there is, quote, nothing left. He also hinted that there might be additional attacks that are, quote, even more brutal. Now, back here at home, the NYPD says because of the escalations in the Middle East, out of abundance of caution, they are deploying additional resources at Jewish and Israeli sites here in the city, and they are monitoring the situation.
Well, there's a huge population of, Jewish people there. I mean, they're targeted right now. I'm just being honest. They are being targeted. Okay, so this is the latest ordeal here. This came out 34 minutes ago. We're going to go ahead and present this now. It says, Israel smuggled drones, weapons into Iran ahead of strikes.
This is a live look
Holy shit.
over Tel Aviv there in Israel as folks are still on alert. Now, we are learning this morning that Israeli security officials say the country's...
No joke. I was in the shower this morning and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if they use drones and not airstrikes, if they use drones, where did they fly these drones? Like, where did they launch them from? They had to have smuggled them in somewhere, like at least fairly nearby. And Tehran is the capital basically for Iran, and it's not necessarily right there on the edge, right there on the border. It's inland, so I was like, man, how'd they do that? Well, here's the answer. They smuggled them bitches into Iran.
Assad's spy agency actually smuggled weapons into Iran ahead of the strikes that were used to target its defenses from within. Two security officials spoke to the Associated Press to talk about the highly secretive missions. It was not possible, though, for the Associated Press to independently confirm the claims. The officials said that a base for launching explosive devices was established inside of Iran, and the drones there were activated during the attack to target missile launchers at an Iranian base near Tehran. They said Israel had also smuggled precision weapons into central Iran and positioned them near surface-to-air missile systems. They said it also deployed strike systems on vehicles. Both were activated as the strikes began to target Iran's defenses. Again, that is according to officials that spoke to the Associated Press.
Wow,
we do have several
Dean.
live images that we are showing you right now. This is out of Tel Aviv over in Israel. As you can see, for the most part right now, the sirens there are dying down. Things are remaining quiet, but we're keeping an eye on the situation after everything that has developed over the past several hours. Now, lots to discuss, no question.
What's up, brother Lee Lance? Good morning to you, kind
I
sir.
do want to head over to Israel and bring in Jonathan Schanzer, Executive Director of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. As always, Jonathan, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
My pleasure. Always good to be with you.
And first off, before we talk about the situation in general that has played out, I did want to ask you, because again, you're over in Israel. So explain what the situation is on the ground there.
It's remarkably quiet. We had a little bit of a jarring evening, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning local time here in Jerusalem. I first heard a siren sort of off in the distance, and it woke me up. And my first thought with this was probably just another Houthi missile that was coming in. These are usually one and done. But then my phone...
Isn't that crazy? Oh, you know, to be woken up in the middle of the fucking night, to being like, oh, it's probably just another Houthi missile. Just go back to bed. Go back to bed. It's just another Houthi missile being launched at us right now. It's okay. It's okay. Go back to bed. Like, that's fucking insane. There's no way. There's no way. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Started blaring, and I looked down at the messages, and there was something from the Home Front Command here in Israel, and they were saying that across the entire country, everyone was being told to go into shelter. So I'm at a hotel here in Jerusalem. We went into a stairwell, waiting for further instruction. We sat there for a good hour or so, and then actually went down to a protected space. News that it did not look like there was going to be an Iranian response. And so folks went up to their rooms and went about their business. I think everybody was a little jarred, probably a little tired.
Shit, what's up, brother Pablo? Good morning to you as well.
You know, life seems to go on right now. I see cars on the streets here in Jerusalem. I see people walking around. That's not what Homefront Command is I think, suggesting. They want folks to stay relatively close to their protected shelter areas. And to keep food and other things nearby in the event of an attack. But from what we can tell, what is being broadcast here and what is being broadcast in Iran, what we're seeing from around the world is that Israel carried out a remarkable attack last night. They neutralized a great number of the ballistic missiles that Iran had prepared to fire at Israel. They took out the drones that Iran had fired in response to the attack. But I think most importantly, from the Israeli perspective, they appeared to have thwarted a nuclear breakout. In other words, it appears that Iran may have decided that as talks with Donald Trump and Stephen Witkoff, that as those talks started to stall, that this was their time to break out for a bomb. And that was something that the Israelis were never going to let happen. They've been vowing to stop that for 15 years. And it looks like last night they put their money where their mouths have been. And that is that's the story now. Perhaps the only thing I could add is that they're
The hell is going on here? What the fuck is this shit? I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. This ain't cool. Alright, let's do it this way. Oh shit. That's a big screen. Oh, I see that little box right there in the right corner. I think that's what that little switch is for. A little like hammock. Hell yeah.
And when he finally gets in, he's
I would have been too. But if you go to the show and type in, I bet your comment will jump in there. That little. Boom. Here we go. Let's do this. Entry Studio. Mute.
Yep.
Yep. See how it pops up the background? That's what that is. Okay. I like that.
They did know in advance that this was going to happen.
They did know in
So know at
advance.
11 a.m. Eastern time, that is when we expect President Trump to meet there with the National Security Council. Obviously, classified information going to be discussed. Cameras not allowed inside. It is a closed-door meeting. But how significant is it to see President Trump meeting with the National Security Council on this just hours after the attack? What does that say?
Well, I mean, it says that we're at a potential crisis, right? I mean, the Iranians, I think, fully believe that that the U.S. was complicit in some way. And let's be clear. I mean, the Israelis are using American munitions.
You know, Iran is already. They're already saying that it's America. It's America that's doing this kind of shit. That's what Iran's saying. This is America's war kind of bullshit. And it's like, hold on. You don't fucking lump us up into that shit.
They said that something had happened recently that had caused significant concern in both systems, in both the U.S. and Israeli systems. So, I think we now know probably what that is. They were speaking very euphemistically. Now I think we probably have a better sense. But I do think there is an open question for the Trump administration.
Much love, brother Lee. We'll see you on the flip side, my man.
About how much they want to get involved. We continue to hear from at least certain individuals inside the administration that they want to keep their powder dry for a possible confrontation with China. That Middle East.
Bro, if you get some crazy ass footage, oh my God, if you get some crazy ass footage of like that, oh, you got to send me some footage so that I can put it on the show. That'd be insane. Boots on the ground. No one else got this footage. You know what I mean? Like that. No other media outlet got this. No, it would be awesome though. If you do happen to get footage of that, which I don't wish that any type of barrage of missiles come your way. That's not what I'm hoping for. But if you do happen to film that and that happens, holy shit.
Conflict seemed like a diversion of resources or a distraction. I happen to think in this case, the removal of a nuclear threat from one of China and Russia's top allies, I actually see the strategic wisdom of getting involved on a limited basis for the U.S. if the administration is inclined to do it. But in the meantime, I think it's safe to say that the Israelis have done remarkable work here. The only other thing that I might add, Josh, about this is, as we understand it, the Israelis were able to assemble a forward base of operatives with drones, and that those drones were apparently involved in the targeting of some of these top officials and some of these nuclear sites and some of these military sites. This is remarkably similar to what we saw coming out of Russia
Yeah.
not too long ago with the Ukrainians pulling off a very similar operation. I don't know whether there's a
with the drones
connection, but I would say that it's hard to ignore the interconnectivity of all of these fronts that we're watching right now as democracies, embattled democracies, try to fend off aggressive enemy actors that are aligned against the United States and their allies.
And what you're looking at on your screen is actually a live look out of Baghdad, Iraq at this hour here. It's the fortified green zone area, which is, for folks not familiar with that, where the U.S. Embassy is located. Iraq saying that more than 100...
Wow. Interesting. I wonder which building it is over here. Totally interesting. But we got Sleeping Joe, by the way. Good morning to you and happy Friday.
Iranian drones crossed its airspace. What is the role here in other maybe surrounding areas as they do see these drones fly overhead? Do they just ignore it? Do they take part in shooting them down? How does all of that kind of work?
Well, we have CENTCOM, Central Command. That is the U.S. military command that is responsible for the Middle East. They have been on high alert. We actually know that they were on high alert even maybe 24 hours before this strike took place. You may recall.
And I appreciate you, GEG. Thank you for that.
There were orders that were handed down to all of the surrounding bases in the region, and all of the embassies where officials were told to stay near a shelter to have food and water prepared, that there were potential activities or threats that were coming. We didn't know what they were, but apparently the U.S. had some inkling of it. CENTCOM was undoubtedly involved in spreading that alert around the region. I do think that we saw at least the Jordanians shooting down drones that entered into their airspace. It's actually, I mean, at the end of the day, it is the responsibility, it's the right of every country anywhere around the world to shoot down things that enter into their airspace that are not authorized.
Yep, right.
So we can say with certainty that the Jordanians have done this. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Saudis take out certain threats from the air. Maybe the Iraqis too, for that matter. These are all countries that are at least technically part of the U.S.-led alliance. Some more committed to it than others. I think Iraq is.
Yeah, remember when that whole thing with the drones were going on, the mysterious drones on the East Coast and all that, and everyone's going, wish a motherfucker would down here in the South, because if those drones come flying into our territory, we're going boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we're playing skeet up in here, you know? Shit.
Kind of a holdout. The Saudis, the Emiratis, the Jordanians are close partners with the United
What's
States.
up, Sage Outcast?
We have an entire
Good
region
morning.
right now that is on alert. Interestingly, though, General Kurilla, the head of Central, the general in charge of Central Command, just canceled his visit to Israel, probably for safety concerns. But we do get a sense that the coordination right now is intense and ongoing.
All right, Jonathan Schanzer there at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Anything else you want to add about?
No, that was perfectly consolidated. Perfect. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you guys enough for this morning, as always, man. I really hope that you guys enjoy your Friday and your weekend. Listen, there's going to be members only tomorrow morning, so make sure you guys, if you guys are members in the Breakfast Club, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, the best time, by the way. That'd be 11 a.m. Eastern. That we are doing our members-only live stream. Of course, it's going to be a good-ass time. I don't know which way I'm going to go with it yet. You know, maybe I'll do a poll in the Discord or something like that. If we're going to do, like, police, or if we're going to do some 304 hair hat wearing motherfuckers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We always get down with our bad selves, though. It's a good time, so make sure you guys don't miss out on that. So, with that being said, make sure you guys stick around. We're going to be rating our buddy CARNY'S ride, so make sure you guys stick around for that. And hit the like button on the way out. Very much appreciate all of your guys' engagement, man. And thank you guys for making this very show happen, man. I'm very honored and blessed to be able to do what I do. So, with that being said, God bless everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning for more of the craziness, of course, but the world's madness comes back Monday morning. So,
Appreciate it, Mike.
Much love.
That would be cool. Kearney.
Hold on. Looking for something. There we go.
Kearney, I want that.
Town where the stars start to shine.
sunsets goodbye. He whispers to the wind out days gone by. Lost in time yet hopeful, he feels alive. Carney Vanguard, his heart beats slow as the sun sets low. Dreams of tomorrow, but fears he may fall. Carney Vanguard, whispers of the sunset in the quiet night. Hopeful and lost in this small town's light. Wishing for a better day, those shadows might bite. Dreams of a future where he won't be frightened. Carney Vanguard.
Yeah, I was second.
Through the fields where the wildflowers grow, he
Still on
finds a path that seems to know. Each step he takes with a heart so whole, toward the sunrise where the darkness is old. Carney Vanguard, his spirit lifts as the sun sets low. Dreams of tomorrow, but fears he may fall. Carney Vanguard, whispers of the sunset in the quiet night. Hopeful and lost in this small town's light. Wishing for a better day, those storms may ignite. Dreams of a future where he stands so right.
You know, I love watching these pictures. A lot of memories. All right, Carney Riders, how's it going? Thank you, Mike, for the raid. I appreciate it. This bud's for you. So yeah, we got Brother Stump chilling with me and my sister Tap Out. Blazing old glories, you know how we do it here. Naomi, Go Seagull. Let's see. Where we at? No, I got. All right, there's okay. Go Survival. Hell yeah. You know how we do it. Mike followed me again. He'd be following you all over the place, Naomi. We all know that. So yeah, the title on this one is Friday Morning Unwrapping Package from Hollywood from Insane Throttle. Hell yeah. Yeah, he sent me his book. Him and Black Dragon did a show together. What's up, Dean? Sitting there and trying to get donations, GoFundMe and everything for a lost brother from different colors. And yeah, I gave it a little dono, and Hollywood actually sent me this, and I appreciate it, brother. That's awesome. I forgot what book it is. I know he told me, and I just forgot. I think I smoked too much since then, or since now. But we're gonna unwrap that one here in a while. So how's it going, Tats? Tiffany? We got trigger warning. Dwayne? So loud, what up? Appreciate it. So yeah, I've been watching these so-called puff puff. See, we ain't shy here. A friend with weed is a friend indeed. True that. Mark, how's it going? All right. So yeah, these riot things, going around. I getting back in the whole YouTube rabbit hole all over again has been, yes, the madhouse. Thank you, SNS. I appreciate it, man. And if you can, throw up Mike's link too. Hell yeah. You guys are awesome for, tuning in. Hey, don't forget to hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We're doing this. I mean, I try to come out as much as I can and do shows. And again, you know how it goes, Carney jumps on, then he jumps off for a while, and he'll be back on, and yeah, the show must go on. I missed this week on the coffee shop with Sick Bastard and Motobomb and Ray Gregory and those guys. And who the fuck is calling me? Oh, it doesn't say spam. Is it spam? Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, good morning. This is Jill here. I am actually here to help you achieve the most out of your Medicare plan in this open enrollment, including food card, free medication, and cash back of up to $250 so that you can benefit more without paying any extra cost. So do you have Medicare Part A and B?
Sure.
You are eligible for the new updates. I am
Cool.
just connecting in a verification officer to assist you now. Please hold on for a second.
Hello, my name is John Peterson. How are you doing today?
Who?
My name is John Peterson. How are you doing today?
Han? Hello? Oh, I thought it said Han Solo or something like that, but I mean, I couldn't understand him. Should we call back? Let's call back.
Your
Oh,
call cannot be completed as
what do you
dialed.
mean?
Please check the
There's an
number and
area
dial
code.
again.
There's oh my god, them motherfuckers. Ooh, I should have. Do you got any boom booms? Yeah, that would have been funny. And are they strapped to you? Oh, oh shit! Did I do that? I did. That calls for shots fired, huh? I bet it does. Ba-ba-ba. Let's do it again. Shots fired, bitch. Oh, Bob Ross, don't he paint a pretty picture? Round and round we go. Wherever we stop, not even Carney knows. Carney harassing the telemarketers epic. Oh, dude, I don't harass them. All I'm doing is just asking questions like their name. Huh? Oh, dude, I've seen so many of these motherfucking videos. Check this out. Down one monkey, down one. Down one monkey. Oh. Thanks for putting Ray's stuff up and everything. What twist tie, little twist tie. What are you doing on this damn show, little fucker? That's my little nephew, guys. They've handed pencils next time. I should. They have tandem pencils. Be like, these right-handed pencils fucking suck. Fucking Mike. So yeah, getting back to these protests and shit. And the whole ICE and the raids and if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about. If you're here illegally and you get popped for it, oh, that's you're bad. I mean, whew. I mean, let me put it this way: I can't. If I can't go to another country because of my passport, why the fuck should you be coming into my country without proper paperwork either? I mean, sorry, guys. There's there, I said it. And SNS, I mean, thank you, Matt, for putting everything out too. You're awesome. True thoughts. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, fuck. Right back down, right? I mean, what is a 3%er? He's a survivalist. He's a defender. He's a protector. He fights for what's his. So, yes, I appreciate everybody coming out and tuning in, hanging out, watching the show. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. As Mike says, one metric of YouTube that helps us, content creators get the show rolling more and more. So yeah, Hollywood, man, I appreciate it. And we did Power and Betrayal. I don't okay. There. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for the support. And I did sign. Hollywood, man. Oh yeah. It's a book I'm learning this. Definitely have to read. Matter of fact, I'll start on that one later on. He's a patriot. Who's a patriot? I'm a vanguard. I'm American. I'm a patriot. I'm a vanguard. So, you know what? Let's put it up here. Yeah, I bet you. There we go. So yeah, and if you want to help the show, I mean, for those that tuned in earlier, got to watch my brother Stump. You know, we do shows where we're on the bikes and chat away. Matter of fact, we'll be doing that here later. And then of course, sister tap out over here, fucking red eyes. The cheese to my chong, I don't know. Go dab it up. Who knows? You never know with us. She's my blazing buddy.
The only one that could keep up.
The only one that could keep up. Hey, what's up, Warland? How you doing this morning? Threepers, you know it. We everywhere. To affirm that I support and defend the Constitution. Yes, I, Hermes Luis Lee Gonzalez, do solemnly swear for the that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to our great country, the United States of America.
As written.
True that. See, there's my brother. Yeah, we just let me get some of this. I obey the others and the President of the United States and the orders. Yeah, to an extent, when it comes to the presidency and all that. I will fight for my countrymen before I fight for my government. Till the day you die. Yeah. Do. And you guys, like I said, you want to support the channel and you can. Hit that Cash App, $ Carney Vanguard, capital C, capital V. Right there. That is right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's why, we'll always be able to, defend our own, our home, our property. Our town, city, state, all the way to country. But yeah, those that are in need are the ones that we fight for and we help. And we're constitutionalists, We believe in the oath. And like I said, if I can't go to somebody else's country because of my paperwork or not having the right paperwork, you shouldn't be able to come into ours the same way. I mean, that's my thoughts. You have a good one, Tats. Appreciate you coming in. And I've been doing this for a little bit over 2 hours now. I don't even know if we're going to do a show. Are we going to do a show on the road, or are we just going to go for a ride?
I say go for a ride because I can jam out.
I can jam out. We could throw it on Facebook. You know, then we can have music playing and everything. But I don't know. I do like Facebook, but yeah. The YouTube audience are, I mean, they're awesome, man. And, you know, I don't just take Cash App. It's just my preference. You can always hit me on that, what is it, PayPal? Do I got PayPal?
I believe so.
Oh,
Cash App.
Oh, I know. I mean, I blast the shit. Oh, yeah, look, PayPal right there. Blam. Look, PayPal me. There it is. Donos, as Mike would say. Dude, I like that fucking vid. First time I watched that on fucking Flo's channel. I was like, hell yeah. I've seen it on yours. I just don't know if I'm up for that one yet. But I like the one where I want to do the one with money. Send me money. Send me money now. You know. Let's see. And, you know, if you want to share, you know, go right ahead. You know, share it to your mom. Share it to your mom's mom. Share it to your mom's sister's, cousin's, auntie's mom. I mean, share it to your friends, your neighbors. You know, if you enjoy the show, get the others to come in and enjoy the show too. And this is CARNY'S ride. Life of my travels. So what's up, you guys?
First to a CARNY'S ride, yeah, I'm back on my grind, feeling the fire. Energy levels rising, heart full of desire. I'm a force of nature, unstoppable might. Igniting the stage, burning through the night. I spit flames, lyrically fierce and bold. My flow's like a hurricane, leaving you cold. I'm the storm that's coming, the thunder, the roar, shaking the ground, opening doors. I'm CARNY'S ride. I'm charged up, wide, full of energy, unleashing the peace, setting my soul free. Can't contain this power, it's overflowing. Watch me ignite the world, leaving no shadow. First to on CARNY'S ride, I'm the spark that ignites the flame that consumes. My rhymes are weapons, leaving no room for excuses. I'm a walking contradiction, dark and light. A force of chaos, a beacon of night. I'm the energy, the pulse of the beat, the rhythm that drives, the force that completes. I'm the fire that burns, the passion that's real, the energy that fuels, the heart that heals. I'm CARNY'S ride. I'm charged up, wide, full of energy, unleashing the beast, setting my soul free. Can't contain this power, it's overflowing. Watch me ignite the world, leaving no shadow. The soul of the street, the voice of the people, the sound that you seek. I'm the energy, the vibe, Carney's ride. I'm charged up, wired, full of energy. Unleashing the beast, setting my soul free. Can't contain this power, it's overflowing. Watch me ignite the world, leaving no shadow. I'm Carney's ride. Okay, riders, that's it, that's all. I hope that you had a ball. Until next time, Carney's ride is now over.
Alrighty, Carney Raiders. I hate to spoil that fun, but that's it. That's all. I hope you had a ball. Please hit that like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, let you know when the show is on. Until next time, peace.
Town where the stars start to shine. The young man stands with the sunset's goodbye. He whispers to the wind about days gone by. Lost in time yet hopeful, he feels alive. Carney Vanguard, his heart beats slow as the sun sets low. Dreams of tomorrow, but fears he may fall. Carney Vanguard, whispers of the sunset in the quiet night. Hopeful and lost in this small town's light. Wishing for a better day, those shadows might bind. Dreams of a future where he won't be frightened. Carney Vanguard, through the fields where the wildflowers grow, he finds a path that seems to know. Each step he takes with a heart so bold, toward the sunrise where the darkness is old. Carney Vanguard, his spirit lifts as the sun sets low. Dreams of tomorrow, but fears he may fall. Quiet night, hopeful and lost in this small town's light. Wishing for a better day, those storms may ignite. Dreams of a future where he stands so right.